Hi, everybody. Welcome to 5 Minute Ministries. Now, it just so happens that a few days ago was Father's Day. And my message today just so happens, or by God's divine hand, is about fathers, the importance of the father in the home. Now, we live in our American society that says fathers are not necessary, that it's just fine that a woman raises her children by herself. She does not need a man to come and help her with the children. The children don't need a man. The woman is sufficient enough. The problem is, God has a different take on that idea. He established from the very beginning that the man is the head of the household, that he is the one who is to guide, direct, teach the children, to correct the children, and he is also to guide and direct his wife as well. And I'll talk about the mothers next week, so don't worry, mothers will not be left out. But a father in the home provides a lot of things that nothing else can. A father provides stability. A father provides protection. A father provides correction. A father provides a loving atmosphere. A lot of times he is we'll say, the thermostat. And so he is the one who is setting the temperature to what the household is like. And there's a lot of responsibility put on his shoulders by God. He is the one held accountable for how his family turns out, how they act and respond. Now, of course, there are times when the family ignores what dad has to say, and that's on them. But if a man is leading his home properly, he is trying his best to make sure the children are functional human beings and they are raised to be adults who can function in society, who has his household under control, so to speak, who knows how to lead his wife, and that's a two-way street, and I'll get into that next week, and is doing what God has called him to do, then the family will be functional. That's one of the reasons we have a lot of dysfunction in American families, because people are not doing things God's way. Now, I'm not going to sit here and talk about all the things that men do wrong, because we hear that on a daily basis, especially through social media. But I want to encourage you men to read the Bible, find out what God says about how you are to, quote, rule over your house. Because you are the one going to be held accountable for that. And when you are a father, the children are going to look up to you. They see you as a hero, despite what society says. Society says that fathers are not necessary, but you ask even an adult child who grew up without a father, and you will find out that these children really did need him, and they certainly wanted him. And while they may be angry with the father who was absent, they still really wanted him to be a part of their lives, and they blame themselves for his disappearance. So it's very important that if you are a father, that you be a part of your children's lives, regardless of what situation you're in. You may say, well, I'm no longer a part of the family. We got a divorce, whatever the situation may be. You can still be a part of the children's lives, and you should be, because you are their father. They are still looking to you. Now, I'm not saying, fill them with candy and vacations and send them home. I'm saying get involved in their lives. Love them like you should love them. Love them as a father needs to love his children, because children need that love from their father. Because if they look for it elsewhere, they're going to make a lot of bad choices and trying to fulfill the role that you should have been fulfilling the entire time. They're looking to you for stability. They're looking to you for leadership. They're looking to you for a lot of things. Your daughter will look to you to see what kind of man that she wants to marry and should be marrying. And your son will look to you to see what kind of man he should be. So go through your life and try to be the best father and best husband you can be, because one of the greatest gifts you can give to your children is to love your wife. Now, if you're separated, I know that's something you really can't do, but you can still show kindness and respect and be loving toward her even if you aren't together as husband and wife. So I want to encourage you to do what God has called you to do and be the father you were called to be. This has been 5 Minute Ministries, and I'll see you next time.